Hi all, it's Michael Berman here. I'm the CEO of PsyQuation, a new behavioral analytics software company that will be launching our new software for traders in May this year, 2016. It's the first time I've done a video welcome, still getting used to it. In fact, this is the third welcome hello, the third take, because I keep getting it a little bit wrong, and I'm self-conscious and keep going back and changing it. So I'm actually going to try and keep this one running and just take it as it is. This is who I am. And let me tell you a little bit about PsyQuation and what got us to this point, why we started the company, and I'll leave it to you to judge if this is something that appeals to you and is something you would like to try and partner with us and become a better trader, because at the end of the day, that's what PsyQuation is all about. It's making you a better trader, a more profitable trader. Now, PsyQuation stands for Psychology and Equations. My background is I did a Ph.D. in behavioral finance, and my partner Vladimir Kruglov did his Ph.D. in mathematics. We've been working together for close on 6 years. He's been my right hand in terms of all the trading that I've done, and in all our research. He's headed up the research and quantitative team that we've built up over the years. We have a lot of mutual respect and complementary skills, so it's a partnership that's worked, and I'm very excited to have Vlad as my co-founder, and I'm hoping we're going to do great things together, and you guys will all be the beneficiaries of that effort. Before we, maybe just to give you some context, because a lot of academics go into software development having never had the experience of actually trading, and in my opinion, that's a serious lacking, and it's understandable if you are unsure about the software because of its academic underpinnings. So, just for some further background, I spent 12 years as a professional money manager, either in a hedge fund context or as a proprietary trader. And I've lived and died by my, let me say it differently. I've eaten what I've killed over the last decade plus, and I know what it's like to experience those highs and lows, that emotional roller coaster, the angst that comes with a position that's going against you, the angst that comes with trying to make money to feed your family. These are all tough by anybody's standards, emotions to deal with, and I've been there, been through it all, and I think I've been able to bring that experience with my academic background and the team's academic background and make this a very realistic product. What is PsyQuation? Before I actually go into what is PsyQuation, there's one more thing I think would be of value for all of you to understand about our background. Before we started PsyQuation, Vlad and I in 2012 founded and started an online incubation platform for traders. And basically what our modus operandi there was, we developed an algorithm that we measured what we called a skill coefficient. It was a souped up Sharpe ratio, which measured risk-adjusted returns. But embedded in the algorithm was an ability to identify skill. We stripped out market effect. We stripped out a lot of things, survivorship biases, and all these kind of things that typically skew the ability to identify whether the trader's making returns on a random basis, or is he fooled by randomness, he or she, or is there an underlying skill? And our company was called RAPPER, standing for Risk and Profit Analyzer, and we're very proud of the RAPPER score. It really was very effective in identifying skill, and we raised over $50 million worth of capital to allocate to traders, and we built up a community of about 3,000 traders, and money was actually allocated. We did it all based on the score. If a trader was good, if their wrapper score was high enough, they got money. It didn't matter background, academic, location. No one was prejudiced. It was pure. It was, in our opinion, a pure meritocracy, and that company's now been merged with an American company, and continues. But Vlad and I decided to go on and do other things, and those other things are PsyQuation. So along the way, when we were building up Wrapper, we got exposed via a major forex broker to one of the world's leading forex brokers. Came and approached us, and they liked what they saw we were doing, and they wanted to know if we could build something that would make forex traders more profitable. And the reasons are quite obvious. If you're a mature broker, you constantly need to either retain your clients, but if your clients are blowing up, for want of a better word, let's just keep it nice and flow in the English. Blowing up is the way I understand the bulk of forex traders to behave, or to the result from their trading activities. It makes the broker constantly have to replenish acquire new clients, and at best retain for as long as possible. So this was the problem that was highlighted to us, and Vlad and I went away and thought about it and said, can we actually do something that will enhance profitability of traders? And we feel we can, and I'm going to be very precise with what I say here. We say we can make traders more profitable, but what we cannot do is make traders profitable. Now, there's a distinction in what I just said. I said we can make traders more profitable, but we can't make you profitable. The reason why I say that is because to be profitable as a trader, you need edge. You need to have alpha. You need to have something that takes it away from a zero-sum game. In other words, if you're going to beat somebody else at the forex game, it's because you've got something special. Now, PsyQuation's not bringing that something special. We're relying on you to do that. If we had that something special, the holy grail of making money, as much as I'd love to say I'd like to share it with you, the chances are pretty close to zero that we would share it with you. We'd be milking it for our own benefit, and enough said. So what is PsyQuation actually doing when it says we can make you more money? Well, it doesn't really matter who you are. You could be the best trader in the world. I like to use the example of George Soros, one of my heroes on a trading front. I'm not quite sure. I follow all his philosophical viewpoints, but he's somebody I do admire. And it doesn't matter if you're George Soros or any of the great superstars of trading out there. You will make mistakes. You make mistakes, and you will make mistakes into the future. It's part of human nature. And when I say it's part of human nature, firstly, there's a whole, without getting all academic, and we programmed to make these kind of mistakes because of the way our brains are hardwired. And then, of course, we encounter all these things such as greed and fear and a whole bunch of other emotions along the way that typically cause us to do things that are less than rational. And because we do those kind of things, because we're influenced by these kind of emotions, and because of our hardwiring, we make these mistakes that cost us money. Now, PsyQuation is all about an alert system that picks up these behavioral biases or these mistakes. The mistakes could be quantitative, meaning you could be taking on too much risk because you haven't done the math and calculated exactly what kind of risk you've got on your portfolio. Or alternatively, it could be just of a behavioral nature. You could be overly excited because of your recent winnings, or you could be, you could be increasingly fearful because you're on a losing streak. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole list of alerts. In fact, I'm going to try and edit this video and put a little snapshot in with the list of alerts, but I don't have it with me right now as I'm speaking. So yeah, maybe let me give you a couple of ideas of what are the kind of alerts we're referring to. So one of them, I'll start off on the risk side of things, is a value at risk alert. And essentially what the VAR alert is going to tell you is the amount of risk that you have in your portfolio at this given time, and what would the effect be if all positions you have open went against you. What would it do to your portfolio or your equity in your account? Then there are things like loss aversion, or actually let me say it differently, there's a fancier term called disposition effect. And disposition effect is basically when you cut your winners too early and you allow your losses to run. But there's a whole series of other alerts, and I'm going to put that list up on this video. But it goes deeper because, as you'll see when you get familiar with our software, you'll see that we have a place, well, the driver of our software is the inputs you put towards your goals. Now, goals that keep shifting is also an alert because it's telling us that you're not somebody who's stable in your outlook towards your account. You're not sure exactly what you're looking for, and that's an indication of somebody who's less than efficient in their trading behavior, and we'll alert you to that, as we will to style drift, where you've traded in a certain way and suddenly you're trading in a different way. These are all kinds of alerts that we will be showing you and drawing to your attention, because when you're in the heat of the battle, you don't tend to see the reality the way it is. It's all your perceived reality is the way your subconscious mind fashions it to be. So we're an intricate alert system, and we will be showing you, we'll be annoying you, because we'll be showing you where you're failing. But our software is not a popularity contest for us. In fact, I guess the more despised we are, but as long as you keep the software running, I don't mind the fact that you despise us, because we are going to be those guys showing you up where you're not as good as you think you are. But that's a good thing, because it's going to make you more money. So if you can live with the fact that you aren't perfect, and if you're willing to take on board the idea of growing and becoming a better trader, then PsyQuation, I think, is going to be exciting and something you'll be looking to try and use. If I can just spend a couple more minutes just describing how the software will look and feel, and how do you get it. So we planning a launch. Let me say like this: we've spent almost a year in development, and I'm delighted. I can now start. I can see the finished product. It's almost there. I know what it's going to look like, and I'm thoroughly delighted. I think you will be too. It's fresh. It's contemporary. There are a couple of innovations there that we believe aren't in the marketplace. So to use that buzzword that's overused, and I'm going to overuse it. Yeah, why not? It's disruptive technology. I feel quite confident in that what you'll be seeing in PsyQuation is something that's not out there in the marketplace. And I've been interrupted with my train of thought. I can't remember what I was actually. It's come back to me. So we were talking about when we launch and what you'll see and so forth. So maybe something I should have said at the beginning, but for you, the trader, PsyQuation is going to be free. That's pretty cool. We'll be paid by an arrangement with the few brokers that we've partnered. We've decided to keep it small and amongst the biggest and the best brokers out there in the world, and who've partnered with us. They've seen the vision, and they've taken on board that, to be the best broker, you need to do what's best for your traders, your clients, and PsyQuation is all about that. It's win-win. In fact, it's win-win-win. Why do I say that? Firstly, the trader wins because you're hopefully going to make more money more profits through your trading with PsyQuation. The broker is going to do better because the lifetime value of the client is going to increase, even though we're likely to suggest less leverage or less risk or less frequency in your trading because it's hurting your performance. That means for the broker, it probably means less commissions initially. But we believe we'll be able to, we can demonstrate that over the lifetime value of you, the client, the trader, the broker actually does better. And of course, the third win in the win-win-win scenario is ourselves, because we get paid by the broker, and if everyone's winning, we winning. So I think it's the karma in the software is really good. It's coming from a good place. There's no motivation at all to do anything that will prejudice you, the trader. So our goals are pretty pure, and the way the software works is that it comes in the form of a web browser. It's software it's online. It's browser-based app, and you can have it open at all times, and you don't have to do anything in terms of downloading data. You don't have to download the software. It's all embedded via the cloud into the browser, and we think you're going to like the look and feel, and it's pretty intuitive. And of course, it's our first version, so we're open to any suggestions, and we'll create a comment section on the website that make it very easy for you, the trader, to feed back to us any suggestions, any criticisms. If we're going to criticize your trading, I guess you get to criticize us as software developers. If there's anything that's lacking, anything you want done differently, tell us. And we're a nimble company. We will take on board and consider all feedback. I'm not going to describe here the actual application. I think I'll make another video about that, and you'll maybe put some screenshots and talk to those. So I think for now that's about it. It's my first time at this. I've just let it run. I hope there are not too many ums and ahs, and just like you want to become a better trader, I guess I want to become a better video maker. So until the next time, enjoy it and see you soon.